All right, so I've been checking out some of the new stuff included in the Pikmin 4 update, and, you know, most of it is really awesome. I'm in New Game Plus right now, and yeah, as you can see right here, I got all of my stuff. I got all of my pup gear. Just gotta rebuy all of my pup skills, and so that's cool. That's really good, and it did indeed let me skip the whole first day. Long tutorial, so that's awesome. But I'm looking into the new control options. You know, I just got done. I just got done doing the video talking about how it's all just, oh, glorious day. Nintendo has completely fixed the game by allowing us to disable the auto lock-on. And I got good news and bad news. Let's start with the bad news. We have we've been monkeys pawed. It happened. Nintendo, you know. They love doing this sometimes. They love tricking us. You know, not every time. Sometimes things will just be good. But every once in a while, you know, they do that thing where it's like, we listened and we're fixing the problem. But we didn't really fix the problem, or we created a new problem. I mean, modern society problems. Just create new problems. So here's the thing. They did indeed give us the option to disable auto lock-on. As you can see here, we are free, which is great. It feels good. It feels good to just be like, oh, I can just kind of go wherever now. It's convenient when it locks on automatically, but it does sort of get in the way. You know, it's nice to just have a free cursor that does whatever I want it to. Here's the problem. You know what Nintendo did? You know what Nintendo did? They made it so that... Here, let me get some Porkmen. They made it so that if you just keep hitting the A button, it locks the cursor into place. Did you see that? So, like, as I continue to hit the A button, it stays there. So, which kind of defeats the purpose. The whole point of unlocking the cursor is so that you can throw them anywhere. So like right here, I would want to be like, throw there and there, but I throw here, and I'm moving the stick, and it moves me instead. And yeah, and so I'm seeing a lot of people online being like, okay, so this is worthless. You know, like this basically just undoes the update. You know, we were so happy. We were so happy to have the unlocked cursor, and this it just doesn't work. Who wants that? I mean, I see where Nintendo is coming from. That's the thing. I do sort of get it. The game... Oops, I gotta charge my controller. The game would be pretty difficult if it was always free with no aiming whatsoever. So I think their idea is like, okay, but this way you could still be throwing at something and moving the player character while still throwing... So, like, there is value in it. I can see it. It's just weird that they didn't give us an option to toggle that too. Because they've added so many new options. They've added stuff. So, like, why would you not add that as well? Why would you not give us the ability to either just enable or disable this automatic, like, hang-on thing? So is this a problem? Yes, it is. That is the bad news. And it is baffling, and it is very Nintendo-y to just, like, kind of miss the point. And I am seeing a lot of people who are very, very upset. For me, at least, I think there is good news. I think that all is not lost. Fortunately, when you start throwing, you know, it locks the cursor, but it unlocks pretty quickly. Like, if you just wait just a fraction of a second, you can move. You can move the cursor again. So if you wanted to aim, you know, more specifically, you'd be able to just be like, boom, boom, boom. See, you just gotta wait a second. And I don't know. It's not necessarily intuitive, and I haven't done it enough to know, like, if I'm gonna get used to it. I feel like I could see myself maybe getting used to it. Just kind of. See, it's not too bad. I want to aim right there, and then right there. It's not terrible. And, you know, it is a Pikmin game. All of the Pikmin games and all of the different iterations and re-releases of the Pikmin games have all had slightly different controls. So at this point, I am a little bit used to it. I'm used to, like, playing a Pikmin game and having to kind of... I mean, every single one is different. You know, between, like, 1 and 2, those were mainly the same controller. But then, like, all the new controls with the motion controls, and then the Wii U had multiple controls, and then they re-release it, and it goes back to controller, and then there's 4, and now there's this. So getting used to a new thing is not the worst thing in the world. You kind of just... but even more good news is, you know, even in the main game, you could turn on motion controls so that even if you were locked onto something, even if it was automatically, you could still move the cursor around with motion controls. And the good thing here, like, that wasn't super useful in the base game. Usually you did just want to throw a Pikmin pretty much directly on to something. There wasn't that much of a need for, like, fine-tuning it. But here, it kind of fixes the problem, a bit more so than, like, just waiting. See? You just turn on motion controls, and then you can throw around freely. It doesn't, like, lock on. Because, like, it still wants to lock on, but from the... It's kind of like in Metroid Prime. Like, remastered, how it kind of... Or I guess 3 as well, where, like, you have your broad aiming, but then within that broad aiming space, you can use motion controls to kind of fine-tune it. And for me, this does kind of solve the problem because I'm used to using motion controls, but the problem is not everybody does. You know, again, there are so many different control styles, and there are plenty of people who probably just don't really have a lot of experience with that at all. And so for them, that would be the compromise. It won't necessarily make it easy for them. There may be something they have to get used to. So if that is you, then I am sorry, because we have two solutions. Well, two, not necessarily like full solutions, but 2 ways to make this whole auto lock on monkey's paw problem a little bit better. To me, this is, it's like 95% solves it. It's a little bit awkward if you have stuff all around you. Like if it's in a small area, it's really easy to do that. But if you want to really like swing around, I've had you know, again, I haven't done it a whole lot, but I've had some problems. Where, like, if I want to move too much, or if I'm trying to move and aim at the same time. I don't know, it seems to be working okay here. It could just be I just need to practice a little bit more. And it's also hard, because, again, because every game is different, I have these, like, muscle memory things. So, I've played a lot of Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and I use the gyro, and you hit the R button to recenter the cursor, and then the Pikmin 1 and 2 re-releases on Switch are the same. So when I'm using motion controls, I keep hitting R. I want to cycle, or I want to use R to recenter the thing, but instead it cycles. And so that's a little bit awkward. There is no recenter. I have to just use the stick to move it. But of course, that also moves the character. So I don't know. It's not so bad. I can still be pretty accurate. I can come over here and be like, oh, I need to get this stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's not too bad. It is frustrating. It still is frustrating that Nintendo would just, I don't know, just not get it. Because obviously they're trying here, you know, like they are trying. Like I said in the video on the update and how big it was, like it's awesome when they sit down with a game and they just think of all these different ways they can make it better. But somehow they kind of missed this one. They kind of missed the point. And I don't know if like another update is in the cards. I don't know if that's where they see the people who are upset about this and then they like give it a hot fix, a quick patch to like give us the option to disable that. I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Probably not. I imagine probably not. I think this is probably, I don't know, hey, if we do end up getting a Switch 2 edition, then maybe there will be even more updates. I don't really know. But for now, I suppose it is what it is. It's not, I don't know. I feel like I'm already getting used to it, so it's not too bad. But again, that's me. I'm used to using motion controls pretty much. Like my first playthrough on the Wii U of 3, I went traditional controls, and then I switched to motion with the pointer, and I can't ever go back. Even on 3 Deluxe. Even with, like, the janky, drifty gyro, the ability to just fine-tune with motion is great. Although I will say, I've been playing more Pikmin than usual handheld. And the gyro is really hard on handheld. If I'm, like, in any position other than just, like, sitting upright, it barely works. And so, like, Pikmin 3 Deluxe was kind of hard. But then going back to Pikmin 4, I was doing that handheld. I'm like, that's perfect, because this game was designed for a controller. I think that's one reason why that is, like, basically the reason why they introduced, like, the auto lock-on and stuff. They wanted to pull away from the motion controls. Because it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just a little bit less accessible. Maybe most people, you know, it's the Switch. Do you want to play handheld? It is the most convenient to just be able to play with a controller. And so Pikmin 4 really was about bringing it back to the controller. And so, yeah, I'm talking about how, like, motion controls kind of fix this issue, but that's easy now when I'm holding a controller, but if I'm playing handheld, it's not going to be quite as easy. Now there is another reliance on motion controls, so yeah, it makes handheld a bit of a thing. So I don't know. It is still early days. Time will tell. Playing will tell how all of this ends up going. I really do hope that people are able to find a solution that works for them, whether it's the motion controls or the just kind of waiting a second. It's not too bad. I need this to be okay. All right, maybe I'm coping. I really need this to work. I need people who couldn't play Pikmin 4 to be. I need everybody on Earth to be able to play Pikmin 4. So yeah, you know, I think just to touch on when I'm gonna be streaming and playing Pikmin 4 again, I think the rest of the year is probably too full of, like, game releases and stuff. But after that, after we get through the end of the year, when some time opens up, I really do want to get back to streaming. I gotta either keep playing 2 where I left off, or maybe start all the way over. I don't know. With 1, I'll ask people what they want. But yeah, eventually I would love to play Pikmin 4. And I've been messing around with the game. And, oops. Oh yeah, controls out of battery. That was really dead. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna put that down. I was playing the game and I was like, oh, maybe I could do, like, a self-imposed hard mode, you know, looking at all, like, the gear that I should and shouldn't have. I don't know. It'll be really fun to, like, craft a hard mode. Maybe that won't be necessary with the actual new hard mode. I don't really know. We'll figure it out. Thank you for watching. I love you. Bye.